this first episode of casual Let's Playing The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I've streamed before and uploaded it onto YouTube, but this time I'm just going to record it directly, no streaming, no headache, and instead of doing this to develop a following, I'm just doing it for myself, kind of as a form of capture of why I like this game and my personal thoughts on it. And yeah, I'm doing a more personal take on this whole recording myself playing video games thing. So yeah, maybe a shorter format. So without further ado, let's jump into what might very well be my favorite game of all time, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the HD version. Let me just make a new save file here, so we can start from scratch. Not gonna change any of the names because I like it just the way it is. For just a little bit of challenge, and for the mirror version, which is similar to the Wii version, which I am most nostalgic about, we're going to go for hero mode. Tell me, do you ever feel a strange sadness as dusk falls? They say it's the only time when our world intersects with theirs. The only time we can feel the lingering regrets of spirits who have left our world. That is why loneliness always pervades the hour of twilight. But enough talk of sadness. I have a favor to ask of you, Link. I was supposed to deliver something to the royal family of Hyrule the day after tomorrow. Yes, it was a task set to me by the mayor, but would you go in my stead? You have never been to Hyrule, right? I never noticed before, but in the HD version, Russell here really has a very large mouth. In the Kingdom of Hyrule, there is a great castle, and around it is Castletown, a community far bigger than our little village. Really creative name. And far bigger than Hyrule is the rest of the world the gods created. You should look upon it all with your own eyes. Whoopsie daisy. It is getting late. We should head back to the village. I will talk to the mayor about this matter. You can stay here and look dumb. One of my favorite kind of trope people have when they Let's Play Twilight Princess is that they make Link into a bit of an idiot. Often blaming them rolling into walls or stairs, or going off a cliff with just Link being a bit of a slower individual. Which, I mean, I kind of like this characterization of this specific Link, but at the same time, I'd rather not degrade him as much. Although I will probably be making a mistake and blaming them on Link. Another reason why I wanted to Let's Play this is to give me another reason to talk, in English mostly, outside of my courses. Well, currently my courses at uni are no longer in English, which gives me even more of a reason to practice my English outside of my weekly D&D sessions, which those are in English, and actually based on this game, loosely. Ah, time for a horse to get kidnapped for the first time, but not the last.
Hey!
Hey Link, you there? you want? Hey, you mind helping me herd the goats? They ain't listening to me lately. You alright? Hey, where's Epona? Epona, Epina, whatever you want to call her. I prefer Epona. I believe the name is actually taken from, I think it's a Celtic goddess related to horses. Like the Celtic goddess of horses was called Epona, and that's where the name comes from. In case you were not aware, I recently learned it by looking into various Celtic myths. Look at those toes, polygonal toes. Yeah, when they upscaled this game to HD, they kind of forgot to rework some of the models. Most of the models, actually. I watched Epona for you, so it kind of makes it a little bit uncanny valley without all the bloom and the lower resolution. These models, which aren't quite up to par with the rest of the game, make it a little bit weird. Especially when I saw Ilia right here for the first time in the Twilight Princess HD trail, I was like, "What? That's not how she looks like." But it is. It's just that in the original version, either GameCube or Wii, the 480p resolution made it so we couldn't quite notice how much we were fooled by all that bloom and low resolution to believe the models were prettier than they are. Nintendo has always been kind of good with fooling perception as to make a game look prettier than it actually is. And that's kind of their trick to make their games smaller in terms of size and fit into various discs and such. At least that's what I think they do. For example, if you take Breath of the Wild, the cell shading makes it look a lot better than the actual models or texture would be without the cell shading, with very low effort on the console, or a very low requirement for the weight of the program. It's kind of genius, really. I can't count how many times I've herded these goats, and yet they always come out. With all my playthroughs over the year, this could very well be in the hundreds. Oh, come on. And yet, I'm still bad at it. The trick is to not go all the way with them. You kind of just need to push them in the right direction, and they'll make most of their way there on their own. See? You don't have to go right up to the gate and turn around every time. You also don't have to whoop too many times, otherwise they get mad. Which is pretty funny though. I've always wondered why they designed these goats this way, because they are terribly, terribly cute. But why do they only have one horn? That doesn't seem biologically sound. You would get caught on so many things. Yep, forgot to... I can cover everything tomorrow without having to trouble you, so just sit back and relax, bud. Kind of forgot I was doing the voices. That's what happens when I'm a bit caught up in conversation with myself. Oh, but how about today? Want to practice with the fences? Just wait a spell, bud. I'll get them fences set up. I remember as a kid when I played this, when it first came out, I was about 6, and I had the greatest trouble in the world in getting over these fences and like timing my boost and having the right angle controlling the horse, which is not the most easily maneuverable vehicle in all of video gaming. Yeah, I just had so much trouble getting over those fences. And then I asked my brother to help me, but he wasn't that much better either. Ah, the kids. I both love their designs and also hate it at the same time. Hey, wake up, Link! It's morning already! Fun fact, I believe Mallow, which would be the little baby, is actually a boy. I think a lot of people mistake him to be a girl, or maybe I'm mistaking her to be a boy, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be masculine. And I also mistook when I was younger Tallow here with the red bandana to be a girl. They have fairly androgynous features, so I wonder how powerful it is. I need it. I must try it. Creepy baby. Tallow, if you and Mallow want it so badly, just buy it in my parents' shop. Do you see any rupees in my hand? I can't afford that thing. Come on, Beth, can't you just loan it to us for a while? You know I'd get in trouble for that. If you do want it, save up your allowances or something. But our allowances are terrible. Oh, I wish I was born into a family with a slingshot instead of one with a water wheel. I think it's fairly amusing considering that Mallow becomes the entrepreneurial type of the kids, you know, launching his own shop, then upgrading that shop into Castleton. Shut up. That he's like, does not see the value in having the only water wheel in a village that is mostly focused on herding and agriculture. I believe we need... Yeah, whatever. We need, I think it's 30 rupees to get a slingshot, so I'll be trying to get those as we go along. He's just been sitting there. I just forgot to talk to this one, I'll just skip it. He's just talking about the cat. Have you seen this guy's head? It's like 50% forehead, and it's flat. My friend made the very valid point the other day that everybody in Zelda games, well, especially in Twilight Princess, I'll say Skyward Sword isn't too bad. Nope, didn't want to blow. Except like the main characters, and a few of like the really cute ones, like maybe Agatha or some stuff, are really freaking ugly. Like they're not pretty. I mean, that gives the game some form of charm, I think. Seeing these villagers and stuff being at least very original in their design. Let me grab the monkey. Getcha. I like this hawk. I think I'll name him Tida, after my favorite idiotic bird, which is a player in my current Zelda D&D campaign was playing a Rito. And he takes the phrase bird brain to heart. Hello, milady. I've got your picnic basket. Oh my, Link. I've been looking for that cradle. Oh, sorry, baby basket. I made it when my first child was born. I have cherished it all these years. Did you know all this somehow? Did you find it and bring it back to me on purpose? It's 'cause I've played this game many times, ma'am. Why, thanks to you. I didn't even know there was different dialogue for if you talk to her before getting the basket. That reminds me, there's something I'm supposed to give to you. Do you think you could carry that cradle and come back with me to the house? Now, a lot of people think that you have to like follow her and walk it along, but you can actually just make your way all the way over to the house. And I tried to yeet the cradle, but I missed my timing. And she'll just pop back in. My thanks to you, Link. Yes, I had nearly forgotten I'm supposed to give you this. Alright, here you go. You got a fishing rod! First item of many. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the... It's a little unpolished. My son Colin made this under the instruction of his father. You can use it if you like. No, I won't use it. Well, I'll use it like the very few times it is absolutely obligated for you to use it in the game, which I think is right now to catch this fish for the cat. Then you have to use it to catch a reek fish to go into Snow Peak. And then I'm not sure if you need it any other time. Let's catch ourselves a green gill. Another fun fact about the original Twilight Princess is, I fucked it up, is that in the original you had to catch 2 fishes here for the cat. Like the first fish you caught kind of caught the cat's attention, and then on the second one he would grab it like such and run back. But I think so many people complained that they didn't understand they had to catch 2 fishes that they changed it to be only 1 fish, and also to make this whole intro sequence of the game, which is, to be fair, quite long before you get to the first temple, just a little bit shorter, which I mean is fair, because it is indeed a good hour and a half, which is a little bit long for such an intro sequence where not much really happens. Obviously, if you skip all the cutscenes and the dialogue, you'll probably get a little bit shorter than an hour. Depends where you consider the intro section to end. I personally consider it to end once you get the green tunic, which we'll get a little bit later. But that takes, you know, a good hour and a half, I'd say at least. I went the wrong way to get the yellow rupee atop the mayor's house, and I bonked. Here we go, with Link being a dumbass. Herb skirb. Bonk into wall. Yeah, that was my very astute and polished impression of Link, who also cannot quite climb up a ladder. So yeah, as I said, I got this game back in 2006 when my parents somehow managed to get a Wii for Christmas on the year it came out, which was no small feat considering that everybody wanted a Wii when it first came out. And they also got a copy of Twilight Princess because my father very much, as always, liked the Legend of Zelda franchise. I remember seeing him play Ocarina of Time in this game also, and you know, showing me a few things. And then I also remember later when he wanted to play Skyward Sword, but he needed a bit of help. I was the one to help him. Just some really nice and wholesome memories. Now we do have our 35 rupees, so we're good to go grab our bottle and a slingshot. I remember one day on a really hot day, I came back from school, or at least I think it was school, might have been something else during the summer, but my dad was just on the couch waiting for me to come back home, and he gave me a large glass of water with ice cubes in it, which was very much appreciated. And then he he was basically just waiting for me to help him with a puzzle in one of the dungeons. You got a milk bottle, but more importantly, you got a bottle. Yeah, so I helped him through it, and we had some nice bonding over Zelda games. Me, my father, my brother, and also one of my sisters. We've built some very nice memories over this game and this franchise of games, so it's very near and dear to my heart for that reason, amongst many others. I was sitting wrong, you know, my leg fell asleep, and now I'm getting like that little crawling sensation of the blood rushing back in, and it is, oh, most unpleasant. Oh god, I hate it. And yet, I always sit in a position where my legs fall asleep. I'm a fairly tall fella, so it happens quite often. Well, I see you got a fishing rod, Colin. We'll be pleased. And it works better than you would think, right? Well, Have a good one. I believe the first speech bubble was him saying he left something in our house. And we'll soon see one of the, I think, funnier aspects of, you know, suspension of disbelief that is required of this game, in which somehow Russell, instead of just bringing us a wooden sword, which lies in this chest, brought an entire metal and wooden chest into our treehouse, which doesn't have a staircase, so he just lobbed that up onto his shoulder and went up the ladder with it. Just because they couldn't leave it on the ground or on a table or something. And it's not even about them not being able to do it, because later on, when we find the Ordon sword, it's just like lying on a couch somewhere, and we pick it up. It's not in a chest, you know. Neither is the shield. They're like in-game objects, but I don't know why this specific wooden sword has to be in a chest. Anyway, we can now talk to the kids because we have the slingshot. Wow, you had enough money to buy it, Link? And now we can go through this very, very hard training session. Preparations complete. I like imagining that. Imagining? That's not the right stress on that word. The baby here, Mallow, has a really, really deep voice because it amuses me. Okay, wow, this is great. Let's see how powerful that slingshot is. Hit the targets and those scarecrows. I can't believe you two brats are so obsessed about this. It just shows what little boys you both still are. These two idiots will never shut up about it, so I guess you'll just have to show them, Link. Alright, slingshot on X. Bonk. Whoa, you hit it! You hit it! I looked at the manual in the store. Why is there a manual for a slingshot? It's a slingshot! I thought you weren't interested, Beth. What? I remember the good old aiming using the Wii remote. Can't say I quite miss it, although I think I was, after having played the game quite a few times, I think I got quite a bit faster using the Wii remote when it was properly calibrated at aiming. Yes, yes, be amazed by my wonderful display of skills. Gee, you really are amazing, Link. Yeah, you are. You can use swords and slingshots and everything. Hey, yeah, that reminds me, you gotta teach us how to use a sword, too. Seriously, lately these monkeys have been coming out of the woods and playing tricks on us. We want to get them good. Good! That wasn't quite right, was it? Come on, teach us how to use a sword. Yeah, no problem. It's not like I have a choice anyway. I need the game to go forward. Alright, first off we want to see that move. The slice. Bonk. Alright, this is just tutorial stuff, so... Oh please, the stab. Which is... the sword maneuver we're going to use the most in this playthrough, because I'm always going towards my enemies. The spin attack, you could briefly hold B, or you could just use the wonderful aspect that is this GameCube controller to make a whole lot of noise and fail miserably. Come on. There we go, that's more like it. I hope my lovely microphone picked up on all those GameCube controller noises. It's kind of like ASMR. At least for me. And since this is for me, I love it. Now I have no idea what he wanted me to do. I'm gonna assume it's the jump attack? Yep. It's just one button, kids. It's not that hard. What? Monkey. Monkey with a little rose on its head. Adorable. Come here, you! Go get him. He just pushed me aside. That's so rude. Where's my horse? Epne. Come on. We gotta go save the kids. What time is it? I've been recording for about 15 minutes, maybe? Let's have a look. Drop a little save. Because hero mode is actually no joke in this game. You will die fairly quickly. Like, at the beginning of the game like this, you only have about 2 hits before you die, depending on the enemy, and falling down a bottomless pit. And there are many in this game. Would also cost you 2 heart. Now, I don't have the Ganondorf amiibo, or rather I do have the Ganondorf amiibo, but since I am playing on a very legitimate hardware right now, I am not able to punch it in. And anyway, I don't think I would want to, because if you don't know, the Ganondorf amiibo in this game doubles the damage. So combo that with hero mode, that means every damage you get. These fences, like I was saying earlier, they're the bane of my existence even in my adulthood. Alright, I think we can get it this time. There we go. So like I was saying, the Ganondorf amiibo also doubles your damage, which in combination to hero mode will end up quadrupling your damage, which is just insane. Even I don't want to go through that slugfest. Whoa, Nardonian, hey guy! Listen, I'm not sure you should be wandering around the woods without a lantern. Just because it's daylight doesn't mean it's safe. There are a ton of caves and dank spots. It's pretty dank around here that get pretty dark even in the middle of the day. Here, go on, guy. Take this! Thank you! You got a lantern! No, and especially so in this version of the game, in the HD version, the lantern is not terribly useful. It's useful to, you know, burn down the various spider webs and light lanterns and such. But other than that, as you'll soon see, the brightness in this game is, well, it's just a whole lot brighter than the original, so you can very easily navigate these caves without the lantern, whereas in the original, if you had the brightness settings set correctly, you could not see nothing when you were going in these caves, especially with the old TV we had. It was, yeah, borderline impossible to navigate it without a lantern, which made oil a much more bigger necessity than in this game, where, I mean, I could almost go through the entire game on just this supply of lantern oil if I don't forget to close it. If it were not for the monkey section later on in the poison fog where the monkey empties your lantern. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, so maybe 1 oil refill. We'll see if I can do it. Go through the entire game with 1 oil refill. Ow. Ow. You see, these keys usually deal only a quarter heart of damage, but since we're in hero mode, they deal a half heart of damage, and I'm already at 1.5 hearts. Luckily, there's a heart piece in that chest up there that we'll be able to get. That should refill our hearts? Ow. Herb skirp. Herb skirp. How climb ledge. I'm not sure if there's anything I know more than the locations of the 40 heart pieces in this game. Are there 40? Or are there 35? Well, maybe I don't know them as much as I thought I did. But if there are 40, I can instinctively tell you where they are as we're playing. If there's 35, my job is even easier. It kind of reminds me of I don't remember what cartoon it was. But it's like this dad saying, "Don't worry, I know this place like I know the back of my hand." And then saying, "Oh, that's a new mole on the back of my hand." I relate to that in my everyday life because I have... Well, my orientation skills are pretty decent, although sometimes I do get turned around. But I have the memory of a goldfish. Well, maybe not a goldfish. Maybe like a Labrador. Money! So yeah. I don't remember if in hero mode the enemies also have more HP. I don't believe so. No bird, I do not want your wares. Oh, I forgot about this chest. I forgot about that plant. I hope my GameCube controller is not coming off too loud on the mic. Let me just pull away here a little bit. I don't want to pull my mouth away because I want you guys to be able to hear me. But just pulling the controller away might help a little bit. There we go. Sorry if that was a little bit loud. For anyone wondering, I'm using the... I believe it's PDP Pro GameCube controller. The Zelda team one. They work on PC. And it's actually my main PC controller because I really like the GameCube controller. I played through the entirety of the original Dark Souls and a good bit of Elden Ring with this thing, which I believe is kind of has merit in its own rights. She's actually a pretty nice gal, that monkey. She tried to protect me, so we got captured together. Link, you're not gonna mention this to my dad, are you? He's always telling me to never, ever go into the forest because he says it's dangerous. Well, weren't he right? So you really can't tell him. Really, you have to promise. I don't think it would be responsible to not tell your parents. In any case, I don't have to because Russell is right here. My son told me Talo disappeared into the woods and I'd not returned. I came as soon as I heard. But it looks like you have brought him home already. I apologize. Such a task should not fall to you. It's okay, I'm the main character. Tell me, have you noticed how strange this wood seems lately? I feel uneasy about what may lie in wait. Anyway, Link, tomorrow is finally the day. You will be departing for Hyrule. I think it is a good thing I have given this task to you. Good luck, and return safely. If you're lucky, you may even get to meet Princess Zelda. Fake laugh. Yeah, I'm sure tomorrow is going to go by a dandily. But first, gotta herd the goats again. Hey, Link! I've always wanted to try the goat cheese from Ordon, which is kind of made in the same shape that the goat's horns are, like this kind of wheel. We see it in Snow Peak later. And it looks delicious. It's somehow already marbled in the same wheel of cheese. I don't know how they process it with like the technology they have, but it sure does look tasty. So, almost time for you to get going, huh, Link? So how's about we finish up early today, bud? Yep, let me just blow on this sweet grass. Come here, horse. I'm hungry. Could have just walked over there, but anyway. Okay, then let's get it started. In my Zelda campaign, I tried to give like the Ordonians this Southern American accent, but I'm not terribly good at it. I try saying words like y'all and honey and sunny, but it's not my best accent. I like doing voices for D&D, and just in general. But I'm not terribly good at it. But every day you do more voices, you get better at making voices. Kind of reminds me, I watched Critical Role, and I think Calamity, or no, it was in the DMs of Exandria little video that Matthew and Brennan and I can't remember her name. The other one, I feel bad for not remembering her name. Talk about various how it feels to DM the world of Exandria, and they at some point talk about voices time, which is when they rehearse their various voices for their characters, and how that might be sometimes impromptu and distressing for their life partners. And I believe my girlfriend can probably relate to that, as I do like to practice my voices at impromptu times also. I have a bachelor in literature and linguistics, and I do like to analyze like the different linguistic aspects of various voices and accents and stuff like that. So it's already been like of interest to me before D&D, and before like even learning about Critical Role and all that stuff. I always liked doing voices. Sorry. And yeah, so, and learning about how it works and everything has just been even more interesting. Well, nice work. I never understood Mayor Bo's model. Are those horns in his cheeks? Or is it a mustache? His face is so flat I can't tell. And I just noticed as he turned around that he has a little patch of hair on the back of his head. Man, he's ugly. Anyway, the royal gift Russell told you about is ready, so you should get ready for your trip to Hyrule Castle. Now, the royal family requested this gift specifically, so it's real special. It'd be bad if the representative of Ordon were to be late for such an occasion. You get me, lad? The path before you is a long one, my sweet horse. It's such a weird sentence. But please spare Link safely along it. Wait, what's this? What's happened? She's injured, isn't she? It wasn't me. Link, how could you? You were pushing Epona too hard again. I bet you hurt her leg jumping fences, didn't you? I'd like to make it clear that I did my best to jump as few fences as I could. The text moved on without me. How can you be so easy on him? You're the mayor. You should start acting like one. You poor thing. The mayor of a village of about maybe a dozen inhabitants. You'll be alright, Epona. I'll take you to the forest spring right now. Once we soothe you in the spirit spring, we'll feel better in no time. Wait, Hylia! No, Ilia, not Hylia. Big difference. Why, without Epona, the gift won't get delivered in time. Oh, this won't do. Yeah, let me go get my horse. I think it's because I said I was hungry earlier when the horse came towards me. Ilia got all butthurt about it. Bird hurt. She's all bird hurt about me trying to feed the horse. Speaking is difficult. Link, it's a little bit too high. Link, are you going to see Ilia? Maybe it's just me, but those guys don't normally let people through. Link, you think we can go to see Ilia together? Yeah, I'll give him my stick. I do not recommend giving your stick to children, by the way. Hey, we've been waiting for you, you know, Link. Yesterday was so much fun. Yeah, chasing that monkey was great. I was just telling Mallow here about how we wanted to show it to him, but we let it go instead. Oh, you didn't get caught, Tallow? Oh, Colin, way to spoil everything by telling your dad. Nice job. Yeah, thanks a lot. We got scolded by our dad, something awful. I thought it was never gonna end. I bet you're trying to go see Ilya, aren't you? Well, there's no way I'm gonna let you pass. Oh hey, neat, Link. Let me borrow that wooden sword. If I had that wooden sword yesterday, I could have handled it all alone, definitely. I bet you could have. Come on, let me borrow that wooden sword right now. Sure thing. Although I do love the dialogue changing when you repeatedly say no. It's just a little bit faster to give it to him straight up. Wow, yeah! With this thing, I'll show him! Get lost, kid. Ooh, a squirrel. A very low polygonal squirrel. Link. Thanks. Those guys are always teasing me. What's so fun about swinging something like that around anyway? I hate it. It's scary. But when I grow up, I'm going to be just like you, Link. I don't want to learn about swords or anything, but could you teach me how to ride a horse sometime? Can you? You have to promise. Well, you know, it's not that bad. Step 1, find horse. Step 2, get on horse. Step 3, question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 4, ride horse. Let's go into this little secret tunnel right here and get ourselves to the cutscene. Although, I think... Whoops! Well, I was gonna say we're going to end it here for this first episode of Twilight Princess, but I just triggered the cutscene, so I guess we'll go for it. I had no idea. I hadn't heard the details about Talos' capture. But Colin... Talking, 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 talking. I love the pattern on Epona's face. It's so distinctive. So you still prefer your master over Mia, Epona? Don't worry about your horse, Link. Fortunately, it looks like the injury isn't too serious. You two can go on together. But Link, can you at least promise me this? No matter what happens on your journey, don't try to do anything out of your league, please. Oh no, I won't. Just come home safely. Because nothing's out of my league. I'm invincible. Nothing bad could ever happen to me or the back of my cranium. Oh no, my very weak cranium. I always loved the designs of the bulbos, which are these big pig mounts. Well, boar mounts, really. They look really, really cool. Not that like a war boar mount is something new to fantasy or anything like that, but I just thought the design in these games was, well, just really, really well made. Oh no, the hell portal! Could you have less teeth? Well, yeah, of course he could have less teeth. You know, maybe he thought 8 was a good number. Ugh, I think somebody tried to hit me in my cranium. Well, the back of my cranium. I guess the cranium is just your head, right? I don't do biology. And also the music in this game I've always found really, really good. I mean, I will say that about 50% of my enjoyment of this music is based on nostalgia. Really, really strong nostalgia. But also the composers over at Nintendo really know how to carry a tune. Especially the ones for Zelda. Aren't you pretty? No touchies my Doritos chips. I keep those on the back of my hands for a snack. Later. Ooh woo. And to sleep. It also helps that when I was young, I really like wolves as an animal. And when I saw that in this game Link turns into a wolf, I was like, they made the game for me. They made it exclusively for my little young self to enjoy. Ah, lovely, I can save right here. I'll still go until the next cutscene is over and then take a break for this episode. Which will put us at around maybe 50 minutes. That's not too bad. I think that's a good spread. I really don't follow the logic quite of, you know, taking the wolf and putting him in jail. Come on, run around. Trigger the cutscene. Come on. Because, like, if you find a random wolf in the woods, either you just leave him there because it's a wolf, or, like, I don't know, you kill him, you skin him or something. You don't take him to jail, unless maybe they wanted to train him, or maybe actually it's probably because he saw the Triforce on Link's hand that he took him to jail. That makes sense. Found you. Oh, aren't you scary? Are you sure you want to be doing that? Snarling and glaring at me? Well, that's too bad. I was planning on helping you if you were nice. That's much better. You humans are obedient to a fault, aren't you? Oops, but you aren't a human anymore, are you? You're a beast. There. You be a good boy and calm down. No need to bite. I do wonder why Midna doesn't do that more often in the game. You look kind of surprised. So, I bet you're wondering where exactly are we? Well, I'll make you a deal. If you can get over here, maybe I'll tell you. I also love the dig animation in this game. Just look at him. Aw, he's adorable. I guess you're not completely stupid after all. Listen, I like you, so I think I'll get you out of here. But in exchange for my help, you have to do exactly as I say. If you need anything from me, just press bleh to give me a sign. So are we all clear? Good. Now come on, get moving. Yep. Alright, so I think we're gonna end it here for today, for this first episode of Let's Play Twilight Princess HD. Thank you for joining me, and also I'll thank myself for making this for myself. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for episode 2. Take care.